structural problem of the timber deck. It cannot allow more than 150 people right into the building at the same time. And even large-scale exhibitions and venues can't be held there. And thereby the Hong Kong Design Center, they move out. And now they move to Inno Center. And the GPA, we collect the building and turn it into the most deadly mummified monument for Tung Chi-Wah. Tung Chi-Wah's office now. I understand he works there 3 days a month. And now the whole building is desert and nobody from the general public can access anymore. St. Stephen is a very good example. We just completed that recently. An AMO Grade 2 historical building, which is fairly important because these two bungalows carries quite a number of Hong Kong heroes and a very important Hong Kong history, especially on the Japanese occupation last century. The last one I would like to show you is the Puno, which is a Grade 1 historical building in Vietnam. This is, as you can see, a very traditional Chinese Hakka village. Of course, I'm not planning to build a glass pyramid right in the middle. As you can see, there's a very clear feng shui water pond right in the front. But we were asked by the landlord to revitalize that, reopen it to the general public, but to build an annex right next to it, which is rather controversial, which is a columbarium. Now, the good reason, let's get back to the urban cocoon. The reason I would like to show you this morning about these 6 examples, 2 reasons. The first reason is these are fairly typical examples of conservation in Hong Kong's context. And the second reason is it carries and demonstrates different levels and degrees of conservation and intervention. As I said, some of these are totally brand new for the good reason, the new facade introduction, and some of them are totally untouched. Some of them has new function. Now, as for our proposal, Urban Cocoon right over there, it's a proposal in attempt for untouched facades, new structure, new extension, and new functions. But my point is, right here, should we be afraid for this kind of extension, or are we being too aggressive? Now, let me stop right here and look into a bigger international architectural phenomenon for conservation. Covent Garden. I'm sure every one of you have been to Covent Garden in London. It happened in the 80s. And whether you like it or not, however, it gives a very good example for us to follow and to study. Missy Diasse, 1986. At that time, I was still a secondary school student. I think turning a train station into with some new function, I think it was quite well accepted by the French. An architect at that time didn't put back the train into the building. Any new added structure, new roof, new canopies are for the good sake of the building, or for the building. As we all know, millions of tourists go to that building every year. I don't think I need to mention too much about the Tate Modern, which we opened to public by 2000. Now, these few. These are the super international giant superstar architect. They created their own signature monster onto the monument. I'm not going to comment them because they are who they are. They're creating their own signature. Honestly, I don't think this is the right direction for our central market. As for our urban cocoon concept, it's simply an attempt in between the Missy Diasse and the Tate Modern. I think we shouldn't be too afraid and we are not being too aggressive. The last slide I would like to show you is a fairly simple diagram. 1938. We all know the central market was built in 1939. At that time, the small figure shown here is we are having 0.8 million population. As time moves on, the central market has different intervention, newly added structure, the fake facade, lamination and things like that in the 80s and 90s. Today is 2011. Now, this is the past tense. This is the present tense. Let's look into the future tense. What happened in 2039? Why 2039? Because by that time, our central market will be 100 years old. So by that time, through the government statistics, we are going to have 9 million people. Of course, the surrounding environment, the surrounding building will be taller and bigger and things like that. Now, of course, today is our collective memory of 2039. Now, I think for the good sake of building, in our opinion, let it grow. Let it continue to grow. Let it continue to grow healthier and stronger, but not necessarily taller. So these two statements remains our central core. Sustainability without mummifying the building. The last slide I would like to show you. Of course, I don't think four of us should be the winners. I think the winners should be the people of Hong Kong and should be the central market. Thank you so much.